Hey guys, so I wanted to put out a video on the situation going on. Obviously, everybody's putting out related videos talking about home workouts that you can do, different ways that you can like pass the time or be safe with this. And that's not really what I want this to be about. Obviously, if you have a home gym, that's fantastic. Lucky you. For me, there's actually a local gym nearby that's open, but I probably will not be going to that just for, the reasons of not wanting to spread the virus any further. As many of you know, I am a dentist, and so I very well may have been exposed already with all the aerosols. And so right now, the ADA is recommending that we stop all elective procedures for at least 2 weeks. I've seen some states mandate a month. I don't think that's going to be going away anytime soon. So I kind of just wanted to cover that topic in general and give my perspective on, what is going on, where it's going, and how to deal with it. So I first heard about this virus in January. A dental friend of mine and a medical friend of mine, we were in a group chat, and honestly, me and my other friend just kind of blew it off. We didn't think it was that big of a deal. The other dental friend was saying that this is going on in China, that it actually is going to be a huge deal. Lo and behold, he was correct, and everything he has stated so far has been accurate. So we are kind of trusting his opinion on it a little bit more now, doing a lot of research ourselves. But for the most part, I think a lot of you know already the situation, of course, and what it is, what the virus is, and what's happening. I would say that the people who have brushed it off so far and are continuing to brush it off are not looking at the evidence at this point. Right now, we have data showing that it is really following exponential growth, and unless there are dramatic changes in terms of social distancing and quarantining oneself, that will continue. Most of the reliable evidence I've seen has been showing that this is really going to be incredibly tough on the economy, not just the US economy, but the global economy. Obviously, there are going to be a lot of issues coming from this. And so as much as all of us care about our fitness goals, that's really not the biggest concern right now. A lot of people are going to be completely out of work. People who work for cruise lines, airlines, restaurants, independent contractors all over. Pretty much every line of work to some degree is going to be affected by this. A lot of people who were just kind of living paycheck to paycheck are going to be more or less screwed until we figure out something to help them. And I don't personally believe that this virus is going away anytime soon. I've heard some people who, again, are just brushing it off, say things like, well, in a week or two, it's going to be gone. With the warmer weather, it's going to be gone, and it's going to be just fine. As of right now, all the reliable evidence I'm seeing is saying that we are looking at something like 12 to 18 months before a good vaccine is coming, that people are getting reinfected already. So just because you had it does not mean that you're now immune. Although, that's still a minority of people being reinfected, but it is happening. And we are quickly running out of places for sick people to go in terms of hospitals and having the doctors being able to help with that. It's going to be a huge strain on the medical system. So last point I just wanted to make is that a lot of people are saying, well, it's only for older people who are dying from this or getting really sick. There have been several younger doctors in their 20s and 30s who have died from this already. So if you're considering it not a big deal, I would rethink your stance on it. Again, not saying that everybody's going to have like actual physical issues from this. Something like 99.5% of people who get it are going to end up being completely fine. But 0.5% of billions of people is still a very large number. And so just economically and physically, it's going to be affecting everybody to some extent. So fitness wise, obviously this is a health and fitness channel. And so for those of you who are wondering what to do in this time, I would not count on most gyms being open for a while. Right now in Pennsylvania, it is 2 weeks that all the gyms are going to be closed. In New Jersey, I've seen a month. I highly doubt that the gyms are going to reopen in 1 month. So it'd be a great time if you have a home gym. Unfortunately, my home gym is about an hour away at my parents' house, but if you have access to a home gym, that's perfect for you right now. If not, I would probably take a deload if you can afford to in your training routine. Obviously, you can do home workouts. I don't think you need this channel to determine what home workouts to do. I think that stuff is all over right now. Pretty much everywhere you turn, people are talking about alternatives to regular gym workouts. So, that's out there if that's something that you want to do. I would just say that, keep in mind, even if you were to take a full month off, which is not what I'm recommending, you'll get that back relatively quickly, okay? In a few months, you'll be back where you were. Really, from the month off, you'll be back within probably just 2 to 4 weeks, really. But just saying, in the whole grand scheme of this virus, you'll be okay. So I wouldn't be freaking out. I know it seems like a big deal even for me. I'm putting my cutting on hold right now. Okay, I was losing at about 1 to 2 pounds per week, but I was doing that with good workouts. My strength had dropped a little bit. I'm down about 9 pounds now, so my strength had dropped a little bit, but not too much. And at this point, I would be uncomfortable losing 1 to 2 pounds per week just doing home workouts. You know, that is something at that rate where I would really want to be having solid workouts to maintain as much muscle as possible. But it's not a big deal. I'm going to maintain probably for the next few weeks at least, and then go from there. As for this channel, for now, content is going to continue as usual. If anything, there might be an uptick in the amount of content you see from me because I am home as well. Like I said, my office is closed for 2 weeks. I would not be surprised if it goes for longer than that. I will still be seeing emergency situations, okay? So patients who come in who have extreme pain or anything like that, I will still be going in for that. And so again, I may very well be exposed, which is why I'm kind of quarantining myself. So stay away. But for the most part, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be with my family and hope that nobody's exposed. Unfortunately, both of my parents work for the government. Well, one works for the state of New Jersey and one works for a bank, neither of which will be closing. So again, definitely a possibility of being exposed at that point. Hopefully me being young is at least going to help and make it less likely that we have any issues. However, a lot of you guys watching are either older or have relatives who are older. So I would be on the safe side of that. If you have any suspicions that you are sick, that you might have the virus, stay away from other people. You know, that's really the best recommendation at this point. The hospitals are getting overloaded at this point. So a lot of people are recommending, unless you have really serious illness, to not even get tested. Right now, we don't have a lot of testing available. Hopefully that does change in the near future. If you are feeling sick, obviously there's a lot of guidelines out there by the CDC at this point on what to do based on the severity of your illness. So I would be going by that. There's a lot of people putting out a lot of misinformation on this, either saying that everybody's going to die or that it's not a big deal at all. As usual, it's somewhere in between, but this is something that I would take seriously. So as important as fitness is, of course, and YouTube fitness and all of that, I would really focus on the severity of this issue, how much it's going to be impacting people, and if you can do anything to help others, that would be great, while obviously making sure that you're not exposing yourself or loved ones to risk. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give my perspective here. Obviously, I know a lot of people in the field who are treating this. I know a lot of people who are exposed to this, and it is concerning. And so I wanted to kind of put my own video out there just to say where I am with this, where the channel is, you know, moving forward, what can we do about this? And I may provide updates in the future. And of course, you're going to continue to see the regular content from me as well. So I hope everybody out there is doing okay, and I'll see you next time.